Hey guys, I just had an epiphany and I wanted to share it with you. If you haven't watched my previous video where I talk about this, I suffer from anxiety. I hate that expression really. I don't suffer from it. I experience it on a daily basis, and sometimes, usually once a day, turns, intensifies into what you'd call a panic attack or a strong anxiety attack. And some periods it just goes away for a week or two, and I feel like, okay, I'm normal again, and then it invariably comes back. And I'm almost 3 years in now, and I still believe it will go away completely. It feels like that. It becomes less and less intense, and I get better at dealing with it. But in my last video, I shared something about how, the tantric approach to dealing with anxiety and all kinds of intense feelings, difficult feelings and emotions and sensations. The tantric approach is to just go into it as closely as you can, feel it as closely as you can. And I shared in the previous video how that didn't really work that well for me. And I want to circle back and talk a little bit more about that, because I had a breakthrough with that approach. So it does work for me. I think I wasn't ready for it back when I shot that first video. I think the thing about the tantric approach is that you need a certain foothold inside for it to work. You need to have some practice with it. You need to believe that it will work, or you're just gonna be like holding your breath and closing your eyes and, I'm feeling it, is it gone? And that's not gonna work. You have to go in and be like, okay, I'm feeling this and I'm gonna feel it forever, if that's what it takes. This feeling is allowed to be here forever, if that's what it takes, and that will slowly dissolve it. But you should try to not care whether it goes or not, and that's fucking difficult. I'm not gonna mince words. If you've experienced intense anxiety or panic or whatever, then you know everything is just telling you you're gonna die. It's gonna all go to hell, and you're just gonna have to be okay with it. And that's why it's so difficult. And my younger sister, she's 8 years younger than me, so she will turn 30 soon. Poor girl. And she suffers from it too, and she deals with it with medication and has been for years. She recently got strong enough to get out of it, to stop taking the drug that has been helping her, and that's great. I have considered asking my doctor for medication a few times, but I haven't thus far. And I must say, this last round, these last few months, I reconsidered it, but I still didn't do it. And the reason is that I can feel a very slow progress. It's slowly getting better. So I don't think it's necessary. It would probably shorten the time for me to, learn how to deal with it. But that's the thing, learning how to deal with it. It just, you have to do that whether you use medication or not. So when I came out of the medication again, I would still have to learn to cope. And that's in your mind. Drugs can't teach you that. It can just give you a break from it. Okay, so anyway, I can tell that my triggers, like this time around, I've had anxiety and panic before, early in my life, where it actually came on much more intensely than now, because I didn't know what it was. I think I have no clue how to handle it. And it only took me a year or maybe a year and a half to get just completely better. And this time it just drags on, and I thought a lot about why does it take longer this time? It's less painful, it's less intense this time. I know what it is, I know what to do. I feel like I'm relearning rather than just fumbling in the blind. But I believe the reason is I just don't have the same tools this time. It's, you know, the feeling of anxiety is very much tied up into the body for me, and bodily sensations. Like if my gut is off, if my stomach is acting up, and if I'm feeling sick, which I am all the time, and my gut is off all the time because of all that stomach, you know, all the stomach bugs and flus the kids drag home. So I'm just constantly triggered. There's just no break. I think that's one of the reasons. And another reason is I've lost the tool that is physical exercise. I've basically lost it. I'm just running at a minimum. I used to work out so much you wouldn't believe it. Like if you've gone to the gym and you know that person who's just always there, that annoying prick who's always there and is in great fucking shape, that used to be me. I don't know, 5 years ago, that was me. I just went every day. I just loved it. I just can't do it anymore. And you know, okay, so you used to be in shape, and then something happened, and now you're just fat and lazy, and oh, it's really just an excuse, you know. It's just some lifetime, some lifestyle change that happened, and you just lost the spark, you know. I didn't lose it. I've really tried to get back. I've restarted like 30 times over these past years, and I just get really sick when I do it, because it's very stressing for the body to work out intensely and deal with all these viruses. I can do it for like maybe a week if I'm lucky, and then I'm just heading right for the crapper. So I just try to lay low and just relax as much as I can, do whatever small amount of exercise I can. It's usually just a walk and some lifting at home, and that's all. It's just like 5 or 10% of what I used to do. And I just pray for the day to come soon when all these viruses stop and I can just get back to it. And I'm just gonna never take it for granted again. I'm just gonna get in the shape of my life. I don't care. I'm gonna be 40 by the time. I'm still just gonna crush it. Anyway, that's I was sidetracking. I apologize. I just meant to say that's just out the window for me. And that was such a powerful tool, you know. Physical exercise just works wonders, especially for me. It just kills all that excess energy in the body that would turn sour. And yeah, so I think I could just, if I just had that one thing, I could just work my way out of anything. If I wouldn't need really to learn it inside. Like 80% of the problem would be gone if I could just do that strong exercise I used to do, the strong workout of the body. So, okay, but I just wanted to tell you, here's the point of all this. I'm sorry for rambling. I had a lot on my mind. I just came out of my daily panic attack, so you'll excuse if the energy level is a bit high. But here's what I found. I tried the tantric approach again. I really tried it, and here's how and it worked very well, and here's how I did it. Please try this, and if you suffer from anxiety at any level of intensity, and if it doesn't work, then try again in a few months maybe. Here's what I did. I basically the anxiety is always somewhere in the body, like let's call it fear. The fear is always somewhere in the body, and I went and found it, and it was around my solar plexus. It was somewhere in the middle between my chest and my navel. And then I went to the sensation of my butt against the chair, and I felt that sensation, and I was like, okay, that's a very neutral sensation. That's not, I would never call that uncomfortable or even intense or anything like that. That's just a slight tingling or whatever. And then I went back to the sensation in the chest or in the solar plexus, and I told myself, please just look at it. This is the same. This used to be neutral before your mind went in and got scared of it and branded it as dangerous and something to be afraid of. And that really lessened it. It took a few seconds, I'll be honest. I had to sit with that understanding and feel it. Like, you have to cross that threshold of not running away, of looking at it, of going towards it rather than bolting, which is what you want to do. You have to do what you don't want. You have to stay there, you have to look at it, you have to go closer to it. You have to go to the heart of it, really. And then I felt it lessen, and I was very relieved, and that makes it a little bit easier to be there. And I felt like I expanded a little inside the emotion, and the emotion, or the sensation, or whatever, it's kind of a mixture of an emotion and a sensation, I guess. It didn't go away, but it lost its grip. It just turned into, you know, prickly, vibrating, tinkling energy, or whatever, buzzing energy. And that was a lot easier to be in. It just felt like, you know, the Buddhists have that image I've heard a million times, and it really felt like that. It felt like I was holding something that was pretty damn hot enough to burn me, and I'd just been squeezing it. But then I pried my hand open, and, you know, the pain from the heat lessened a lot. I could still feel I was holding something hot, but, you know, it wasn't burning me because I wasn't cramming it into my palm anymore. That's how it felt inside, and it just dissipated after, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes maybe. So, and I came out of it, and I was just really relieved and really calm. This was yesterday I tried this. I'm not calm after today's round. It didn't work very well today. It worked, but not as well. It's a practice. You have to keep going back and doing it. But I will say, it works quickly, and it works immediately when it works. And I really urge you to try it, and try it again. I really believe it's the final step towards getting rid of this forever. And I'm not talking about it's just going to be gone in like a magic snap of the fingers. You're gonna have to practice, but this is really the crux of it. This is really how you do it. Everything else is postponing it or symptom managing. I really speak from my own personal experience when I say this is the best advice I can give you. Practice not running away from it. Practice going into the feeling without freaking out. That's how you're gonna beat it. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for spending a few minutes listening to me ramble. I really hope I might have helped even just one person, 1% of the way. That would be more than enough for me. I'm gonna keep working on it. I hope you will too. See you soon. Bye.